Okay, we have got a Sacred Shard here on the free-to-play account, or the Raid Shadow Legends 2024 free-to-play challenge. We've also got a couple Ancients to YOLO here in the video. So far, so good on the summoning with the account. We've gotten lucky enough to get like Apothecary and Tyrell out of like the 12 or 13 Ancient Shards that we've pulled. We had a Void. I did pull a Void off camera, but it was complete trash. It was a tragic pull. I think I've pulled like 2 Voids, and it was a Maritime, Skeleton, and Scrapper. So complete meme on the Void Shards so far. They've been no help. I couldn't even get something like a Bellower or a Cold Heart, like one of the useful rares. Nope, nothing so far. But I actually think we've finally hit the point where I should start considering to save around 2x events. I believe we've got a 2x for Ancient Shards coming up in about 10 days if Plarium sticks to their normal shard rotation schedule. So maybe I save up Ancient Shards for the next 10 days and then try to pull like 10 to 20 Ancient Shards. I might have enough gems to buy an 11 pack by then. I should be pretty close to being able to grind Minotaur 15 pretty soon here. And once you can do the final stage of the Minotaur, it may be best at that point to save like the 150 gems or so that you save by grinding it. But the problem is you have to spend so much energy and you need so much food when your account is new like this. So you almost don't even want to grind the masteries. You want to grind food instead. So lots of considerations, but I don't think I'm going to save this Sacred Shard because like ideally I get a really good epic. I get like a Stag Knight or a Geomancer, something like that. That would be completely account changing, and it would be, I probably have like a 10 or 15% chance of getting an epic that's really good and can help me out, something like that. Or I get a legendary and then I basically just have to use it as a 5-star chicken because in this event, we're not allowed to use legendaries that we summon from a shard. And hey, I am at least on one of the leaderboards over here for Great Hall. I am down here at number 5 for diving into the arena and being active about the PvP and focusing on upgrading my Great Hall. 22 is just bonkers, but I did miss the opening weekend, so it's realistic to think I could be around like 19 or 20 probably if I didn't miss the traveling I was doing from the opening weekend. But nonetheless, it's going pretty well so far, and we're at least on one of the leaderboards. And with 2x Sacreds probably being like 3.5 weeks away, I think if Plarium goes by their normal rotation, the next one is Ancients, and the rotation goes Ancient, Sacred, Void. It goes in alphabetical order if you're ever curious on tracking the rotation. So in like a week and a half, we've got the 2x Ancients, and then 2 weeks after that, so 3.5 weeks, we'll have the 2x Sacreds. I don't think I can wait 3.5 weeks to pull this Sacred, because if I do pull something like a Stag Knight or a Geomancer, I'm really gonna want to get that online as soon as possible. So okay, moment of truth. Let's fix the camera. I know Neo is super excited. He kind of looks like a Sacred Shard, so hopefully he's good luck. We've got Neo here for pulling the Sacred Shard, and let's let it rip. First Sacred Shard on the free-to-play account, and the epic is obvious. Anchorite. Okay, I feel like he could be decent. We have an A1, that's an AoE, that's always super nice, and then we heal the ally with the lowest HP by 10% of the damage inflicted. Pretty good progression A1 there. Remove 1 random debuff from all allies, and then increase duration of all ally buffs. If we can get that book to a 3-turn cooldown, that's actually pretty solid here. Fully heal a target ally with a crit rate and a crit damage on all allies for 2 turns. It is a 4-turn cooldown, which is a little bit rough. And then we do get an HP aura at 3-star ascension. Let me go in the Sacred Order and pull up his full version so we can actually see what his stats are. So Sacred Order Anchorite. Got him pulled up right here. The base stats aren't that bad. The base attack is super low. You'd probably need like a War Master mastery to really get good heals out of this A1, but if you'd had the War Master on him, you would get a pretty decent source of sustain here over the course of like dungeon waves, maybe in the spider and stuff like that. You could get some pretty big heals popping off. Yeah, I don't know. He may be worth it. This would be fun for like some PvP arena progression to get the crit rate. You could you'd have to build him higher speed though, which you don't really want to do. I guess he could first. He could do this A3, his first turn in the arena. If you built him in high speed, you'd only need to build your nuker at a 70% crit rate, which would be super nice. And then his next turn, he could come through and do a cleanse while increasing duration of all the buffs, like if you place an increased speed from Apothecary or something. So definitely at least an interesting consideration here and an above average epic that I got from my Sacred Shard. And he would no doubt help me to get some stars in the Sacred Order Faction Wars for sure. So I don't think I'm going to use him as a 4-star chicken. I think I'm going to keep up with the grind here in a 12-3 Brutal and just kind of cycling through as much food as I can. I'm at max energy, so I need to run this ASAP. But I think right now the plan is I'm going to hold on to Anchorite. I am in the process of 6-starring Tyrell as my second 6-star, and I already have his masteries. I did spend gems to get a Kale and a Tyrell masteried up, and I just need to get the Tyrell up to 6 stars. Oh, and I did see on the leaderboards, Moet Reaver has got 3 6-star champions already. That's completely insane. That is crazy. I'm about to get my second one, which it looks like by now we've got about 9-10 people that are going to have a second 6-star. So just having a second one is pretty solid, and you're above average and doing a good job grinding. But to have 3 6-star champions already is completely insane. I can't even imagine having 3 6-star champions already. I wonder, I would be curious to know if he pulled a legendary or 2 to get like an extra couple 5-star chicken. I guess I'd have to ask him or see. But yeah, if somebody pulled like 2 legendaries, we can't use them anyway in this competition. So what would happen is they just use them as a 5-star chicken, and they're able to get more 6-star champions sooner. And yeah, while we've got it pulled up, just completely insane accomplishments from some people here. I mean, Faction Wars, 87 stars already. Being up in gold 2 is completely crazy in the arena. I got to gold 1, but I can't really farm there. I'm better off staying in silver 4 to grind the Great Hall. So I did make it to gold 1, but there's no way I could maintain that or grind effectively there yet. 215 speed. Nice job there, Drock, getting a crazy fast champion already here. So yeah, some definitely, and you have to be level 40 to unlock the Doom Tower, and I think I'm like level 38 or 39, so I haven't been able to access the Doom Tower yet. Yeah, I'm level 38 right here, about to hit 39, so I should unlock the Doom Tower here in just a day or 2. And ideally, I think you have to let me know down in the comments your thoughts on Anchorite as an epic, and I think people are going to lean towards saying that I should save him and utilize him. He seems good enough. And then I should probably start trying to save up like 10 to 20 ancient shards to pull during the 2x, and hopefully have a better chance at pulling 3 or 4 epics to hopefully get a Stag Knight or something like that to add to the account. And yeah, as far as the arena, I'm just kind of sitting there at the top of silver 4. Ends up being kind of the best spot for me to farm because I can get into gold 1 pretty easily, but there's just no way I can farm there consistently. So I'm going to kind of keep it down here in silver 4 and try to do as good as I can, grinding up the Great Hall and keep that kind of rolling. But yeah, all in all, I can't complain. I did at least get something out of the Sacred Shard that is at least considerable to be used. But right now, for the foreseeable future, I've got to be pumping everything I can into Tyrell because he's already at level 50 and 3-star Ascension and ready to be taken up to 6-star. And then once I've got a base of Kale and Tyrell at 6-star, I guess the third one would be Rathalos, and then I would have a pretty solid base team here. I guess maybe Deacon, because he has a Spirit Affinity complement to the Force Affinity champions that my 2 magic affinities are going to be weak against. But I've got a pretty solid rotation of a top 5 here for a base team in Kale, Tyrell, Rathalos, Deacon, and Apothecary. I have my speed up, I have my turn meter boost, I've got the defense break, and then I've got the general utility here of Tyrell and Rathalos, along with Kale being kind of the main source of the DPS here, at least initially. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy Raid Shadow Legends content, and I shall see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.